about digital superstars. You'll hear another fireside chat, which is what we call a meeting of great minds, exploring the world of virtual influencers. That is really, of course, what is happening now with the YouTube sensation Bloo. We were going to be welcoming, yes, hello, woohoo! We're going to be welcoming Lucas van Grootheest and Julius Vrome. They're both lead producers at the virtual influencer and YouTube phenomenon, Bloo. Lucas is a prodigious 20-year-old content creator who embarked on his journey in the YouTube arena at just 14 years old. And Julius is a dynamic 21-year-old filmmaker who began his career inspired by the cinematic spectacles of James Bond. So just you have an idea of what to expect. Please give it up, a big hand for Lucas van Grootheest and Julius Vrome. Yes!
Please give a warm
In
welcome.
the beginning, it was so funny because when he was saying I started to like feel my voice shake, and then I was like, okay.
Open and I'll send you all the airdrop. I feel like
Hello?
I took so much, so I don't
Oh,
know.
there you go.
It's good.
Okay, we're good. Hi there, everyone. Nice to meet you. Raise your hand if you have ever watched a piece of content with a virtual influencer in it. Okay, I see a couple of hands, around 15, I think. Can I quickly ask a question to that person right over there? Yeah. Yep. What virtual influencer did you watch?
Watching Bloo.
Blue?
He's the only one
For
I
real?
watch, actually.
No way.
My
Okay,
favorite.
that's perfect. Thank you.
Amazing.
I didn't see that many hands before, and that is exactly why we are here. Today, we are going to be talking about our creative process behind our virtual influencer, Bloo.
Yes, indeed. And first off, it's important to understand what a virtual influencer actually is. Now, it's kind of in the name, right? It's a virtual creator that purely functions online. It doesn't actually exist in the real world. All you need is a voice actor for it, and you don't rely on a human creator anymore. Now, it's important to understand what the benefits of it really are. A traditional creator business is kind of like an upside-down pyramid, where at the very bottom you have the creator, and then stacked on top is his team. With a virtual creator business, it's the other way around, where at the very top now is the virtual creator, and his team forms a strong foundation for the business. What happens when you take a human creator out of the traditional creator business? It falls apart, because the brand solely relies on this creator to be there. With a virtual creator, when you swap out the voice actor, nothing happens, because you can put anyone in that seat and your virtual influencer will still be there. Now, if you thought that was the only benefit, I'm just getting started. You can build up virtual creators out of thin air, and once you have one, the entire IP is yours. And when you collab with other virtual creators, you're not at risk of this virtual creator saying something stupid online, where compared to a human creator, if that happens, that can potentially hurt your brand. And that's really the beauty of it. The creator role has now become outsourceable.
So now that we know what the benefits are of a virtual influencer, it's time to introduce ours. His name is Bloo. Lucas and I could introduce him, but I think it's way more interesting and fun if he does it himself.
Hi everyone, my name is Bloo, and I make gaming videos every single day. In my world, anything is possible, from a t-shirt to a car, to this massive TNW logo. I can change my world in any way. I can also customize my outfits to wear whatever I want. I mean, who wouldn't want a beautiful hoodie like this one? I'm here to entertain my audience and become the best virtual influencer in the world. These guys in front of me will take you on a journey through how our channel works and why my virtual friends and I will be a big part of the creator economy.
Thanks, Bloo, for introducing yourself. I understand that it might be hard to digest what just happened because it's very fast-paced and it's in a YouTube pacing. So let me quickly summarize what we do on our channel. We create content that is based off of cartoons. We combine superheroes and we gain over 16 million monthly views. And that is pretty insane in my opinion. But behind that channel is of course a whole creative process. And that all starts with ideation. The ideation is we are always on the hunt for series that work for a longer period of time. So this means that the topics should be focused on things that don't fade away easily. It doesn't follow trends that will dip down or is the trend right now. To inspire ourselves, we made an AI bot. This AI bot generates a list of 100 ideas that are fresh and based off our old virals. This is super helpful for us and it's a huge time saver. If the video ideas are not that good, we mix and match those ideas to create the best ideas possible.
Once you have your concept down, it's now time for the scripting process. And for us, this scripting process always kicks off with thinking of an overarching story. Now, a few months ago, we realized that every single one of our scripts were very hyper-focused on just achieving our end goal. And our story building wasn't really that good. And that's where we introduced the overarching story. It's an extra layer on top of our videos for our audience to stay watching until the end of it. And in our intros, we perfectly describe this overarching story in the first line. And then in the second line, we explain how Bloo can achieve this storyline or defeat it if it's like a villain or something. After that, it's time to start writing our acts. I write scripts myself, and we also have a script writer. And we sometimes think of acts ourselves, but just like with ideation, we also have an AI bot for this. All we have to do is insert the video's title, and out comes a pretty on-topic script. Now, by no means is this fully usable yet. We always will have to make adjustments to it, and we're still working on improving it as a tool, but say if we generate it 10 times, we'll get about 50 scenes to mix and match together to create our final script from.
And to support that story, we use a technology called modding. This means that we can alter the game in whatever way we want. So, for example, you have this Sonic energy drink. This has never been seen in the game before. We made it ourselves. So if you have, for example, Disney or Pixar Studios, they use software like Presto or Moonray to create their creative vision and put that on the screen. We use the game GTA 5 as our main software. We like to think outside of the box and combine things that have never been combined before. For example, the superhero Venom, we combine it with a shark. We do this by either creating a sketch or an AI-generated image. We just simply type into the AI what we need. So if we need a Venom, we type Venom / combine it with a shark. We give him shark tails, shark teeth, and then comes out this image in the middle right here. We then give this AI sketch to our modeler, and that modeler will create this model out of it. If we like it enough, and if we think we can satisfy the viewers enough, we will import it into our game and use it to visualize our content better.
Yours recording.
Oh. We then go on to the recording. The recording can sometimes be very hard because we have to do a lot of different things at the same time. We have to play the game. We have to play different characters. So, for example, I have to play 15 different superheroes in one video. That's quite a lot if you ask me. So we do a lot of different things at the same time. We also have a script, of course, and we have to think of how we can execute the script in the best way possible. We do this by looking at the timing and the pacing of the video. So in the beginning of the video, we really focus on bringing the kids a lot of content and making sure we give them a lot of dopamine hits so that they stay for the rest of the video. We set up an expectation. During that recording, we also have to hit a certain duration because YouTube likes to push our content with around the 60-minute mark. We have to record enough content so that the editing can build that to a 60-minute video.
Exactly, and now it's time for the editing process. Now, for this, we really have two main focus points. Our first focus point is pacing. And pacing is pretty much decided by how fast your character progresses through the story. Now, all our audience wants to see, and pretty much any online viewer, is progression. They want to see your character move forward, move towards a goal. So here, the editor's task is to cut out any content that is completely off topic, and also select the right shots and the right gameplay perspective to support this. Our second focus point are progress bars. Like I just explained, our viewers love progression. And we thought, why not literally visualize this with a bar in our content? A great example of this is if we're doing a racing scene, we'll have two bars on the top right of the screen showing who's closer to the finish line, if it's Bloo or his competitor. And it's always moving from left to right, obviously. So you can see who's progressing faster. And this is very important, and we've seen great results since our viewers simply love to see this. Simultaneously to the editing process is the thumbnail process. Now, for our goal with creating our thumbnails is really to make an image that perfectly translates our title into a thumbnail. And we found that the best way to do this is a 50-50 split format. Our videos are always about turning from one character into another character. So on the left side, as you can see there, we show who you start as in the video, and then on the right, who you end as in the video. Now, to make this format successful, we need top-notch assets that defeat all of our competitors. And over the past few months, this has changed tremendously. And you can probably guess why, because we've been adopting AI. Now, where beforehand we had to scour online for assets for hours long sometimes to sometimes even create characters that don't exist yet, now you can just generate them using AI, and it creates brand new characters for us. As you can see on the screen here, it goes from an AI asset into the thumbnail, and here it's a 3-split format with 2 other AI assets there as well. And then we also like to make an extra version where we improve colors, change out the background, and add some text for extra clarification. We are constantly A/B testing these fully AI-made thumbnails against these improved versions to see if we can make our thumbnails fully with AI in the future, and results are looking pretty promising.
When the content is live, we analyze and learn from our mistakes and the things we did good in a video. We do that by checking the retention graph. The retention graph is something that YouTube implemented so that the creator can see where the viewers like the video and where the viewers dislike the video. You get a whole graph where you can see the exact percentage on what minute mark people left. So if we, as a team, see a dip at the 1:30 mark, we know that we did something wrong there because there was a 10% decline, for example. If we see that, we write down feedback, what we did wrong, or if we did something good, we also write that down because the good and bad are both very important for us. What is also very important for us is to keep testing new things and see how far we can go with our content. We want to reach a broad audience, and we do that by testing weekly videos. Those are very important for us because they give us data that we can use to see how far we can go with our audience, and maybe if we can even go into a further audience that we have never been in before. This is very important for us so that we can learn from our mistakes and keep on improving our channel and our virtual influencer.
That was our entire content creation process from point A to point B. And I would now like to end on what our future plans are. Currently, there's a massive opportunity, as I told you earlier, where it's very easy to scale and hire more voice actors for different channels. Now, currently, we only have our main Bloo channel. And we're not even on Instagram or TikTok yet, or we're not even playing other games yet. And this has to change right now, and we're going to be scaling and hiring the right people to set these channels up. Another big opportunity is with our brand deals. As Julia showed you earlier, we can alter the game in any way. And what this also means is that we could work together with brands and put products into our game and seamlessly integrate them into our videos. Now, this will translate very well because it's not a disturbing ad break, and we just include it in our set pieces. And finally, we're always going to be on the lookout for brand new AI tools. As we've already seen in our thumbnail creation, with ideation, and with our scripting, if we can find a tool and adopt it early on, it can give us a massive advantage over our competitors. And I think, as you all know, the development of these products have been moving insanely quick. So it's always important to be looking for new ones. And if you're early, you're 100% going to benefit from this. That was everything about Bloo. Thank you all for listening.